Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's full moon astrology and activation. I'm very excited to be sharing this very special moment with all of you. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with the beautiful, the wonderful Elena, the one and only. How are you, Elena?
Wow, thank you. Hi, Julie. Thank you, everybody. Very happy to be here with you guys and very happy to be healing with you guys as well.
Oh, yeah. And I think we're going to be talking a lot about healing because it's a Scorpio full moon that we're going to be preparing with all of you. So thank you for joining us on this live, or if you're watching the replay, hi to everybody watching the replay and the live. And yeah, so healing is going to be a big theme. We're going to go through our personal experience and also the astrology of the full moon in Scorpio, which is a very intense one. Not gonna lie. We have the ruling planet of Scorpio, Pluto, making a T square to both the sun and the moon, so to the full moon. And whenever we have a planet at a T square, it's kind of an arrow, the universe pointing towards an arrow for an evolutionary purpose. So oftentimes we're at crossroads when that happens. There's definitely like an apex of tension in our lives. A lot of people are going to be confronted with decisions. So we're going to talk about the astrology of the full moon in Scorpio. And shortly after, Elena is going to guide a beautiful guided meditation with the singing bowls, so we can prepare in the best way possible for the energies and live through this full moon as peacefully and quietly as possible. So
I
I don't
think
know how quiet it's going to be honest, but go ahead, Elena.
I think it's a good thing that we're actually doing this before the full moon to be ready and because we're gonna start to activate something in us and yeah.
Yeah, very good point. So we are filming this live on April 19, on Friday, April 19, and the exact full moon in Scorpio is going to be on April 23rd at 7:49 p.m. Eastern time. So during the evening of Tuesday evening, if you are in this a similar time zone. So yes, thank you so much, Tim, for reminding me. For the beauty of these divine feminine souls, please like, follow, and hit the notification bell. So thank you so much, Tim. Really appreciate that. So of course, if you are enjoying this content, please give us some love, some support as we try to grow our channel over here as best as we can by providing some original content for you guys so we can grow the community, this beautiful community that we have. So if you aren't subscribed already to our channel Maison Jupiter on YouTube, you are, of course, more than welcome to do so right now. We are going to be adding some new wonderful shows, as you can see. And tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the beautiful Solreta talk about blood types, ET connections, and psychic gifts. So this one is going to be very, very interesting for the Galactic Show. Can't wait for this one. So join us over there. And next week, we'll have the May predictions for all 12 zodiac signs with Sophie and I. So that's also going to be very interesting. And also, we started recently our Rumble channel. So we are simulcasting all the shows also on our Rumble channel. So if you are watching from there, please also hit the like, which I think is a rant over there. I'm trying to learn this platform as best as I can. But yes, thank you for all your support. We really appreciate it. Okay, let's start by, I'll ask you first, Elena. Well, I'm pretty sure you are already feeling the energies of the full moon, but can you share with us what kind of energy you are feeling right now? What are you being guided to lead us through for this guided meditation?
First of all, I feel like I'm completely lost in time, like to know what day we are. And you were talking about May. I'm like, wow, it's already May. I can't believe it's already May. So everything is so slow right now. And the reason why we know, because of those energy, we need to be able to see around us, and we need to be able to slow, because I am so tired, and that's for sure, because we are thinking a lot. We are growing inside the new us that it's coming as well. So we're just getting ready for this new energy. Everything that is going to be revealed as well. So that's why we're feeling like that. And it's a heavy energy, intense energy. But the reason why also that we feel it because we are so connected with ourselves. So we need to be even more connected.
The universe is agreeing with you.
So yeah, so I've been guiding to do a lot of healing with you guys. Yes, we did set intentions on the new moon, but today it's gonna be like, I hope if you guys can set intention as well about what you need to heal, and to give space for that energy that it's coming as well.
Yeah, that is a very good point that you are raising, because we are still in this wonderful Mercury retrograde period until April 25th. So when you're feeling, and I think I'm feeling this too as well, that things are moving very slowly, we're still in this introspective period of time, which is usually very traditionally associated with Mercury retrograde. So I think that makes sense, because we just went through 2 eclipses. So those were really hard-hitting energies that moved a lot of things in our own personal lives and the collective, of course. But now I think we can all say that those eclipses triggered a lot of changes in our personal lives or in our environments. And I said before, when we were doing astrology for the eclipses, that we weren't going to see the full effects and consequences of those eclipses until after April 25th, when Mercury is going to go direct. So I feel like this full moon in Scorpio was kind of divinely placed in this timeline for us to have this last window of letting go, of releasing of the old, before we can see what we've manifested for this new cycle. And April 8th, when we had the new moon eclipse in Aries, was kind of a huge portal of energies bringing new things in our lives, new experiences, new explorations, new energies. So, but since like Mercury was retrograde, we still had stuff from the past that we needed to work on, heal, let go. So this one is kind of a place for us to have a crossroads, important decisions in order to see what we've manifested. So if you don't see anything yet, let's say that you wanted to manifest with the eclipse in your reality, really, I think take this time for this full moon in Scorpio to be really introspective, to do the healing work, to let go of the past, of past karmic patterns, because I believe that it's going to show up very soon.
Do you suggest anything for April 25th? Should we go like for a walk?
April 25th? Yes, we should definitely connect with nature. That's going to be a good one. And I see that I didn't even do that on purpose, but our promo is ending on April 25th.
Oh.
So maybe we should celebrate. Yes, definitely. And talking about celebration, I want to wish Frederick here a very, very happy birthday and solar return. So happy birthday to you from California. So hope you are going through a beautiful day, and hope you have beautiful surprises coming your way for this solar return of yours. Right. Okay. And yeah, Jordan, I want to bring up here, Jordan 263 saying, going through a lot of transformation right now. So thankful for you ladies and your guidance. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. Yes, we are both going through a lot of transformation, that I can tell you. And I think we are also seeing, well, I'm going to speak for you, Elena, but for both of us, a lot of Plutonian themes coming up. So, and then I'll talk about that with my slide, but Pluto as a planet brings up a lot of stuff from like death and rebirth type of themes. Also, Pluto rules therapy, it rules inheritance. I had personally some stuff about the inheritance of my dad come up today, which I thought was kind of interesting while we were talking about Pluto. So Pluto is a very intense energy. And as a Scorpio, Elena, can you share if do you think you're able to deal with Plutonian energies better now? Like, how do you feel about when there's a lot of Scorpionic or Plutonian energies around us? Like, how do you feel about it now?
I know it's intense, but in a way, it makes me feel alive.
Mm.
Sometimes I know it's very exhausting, but I need to feel those energy to be able to make a big switch inside of me. Because like we spoke in the DFR the other day, in the show of Wednesday, it's like that's how the Scorpio, they do the healing, and they realize by doing things, even if like all the people around them are telling the Scorpio don't do it, the Scorpio will do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So to have this Plutonian energy, it's kind of I'm gonna say home, but it's like it makes you realize even more things and see more clearly, even if it's like hard. And also that we're in the Aries energy as well. Well, not anymore soon, but I feel like there's so much energy going on. But I think it's important for Scorpio and any sign, so because like like in astrology, the Scorpio, it's on any people. So I feel like it's just a rebirth that is going, but as an intense is a big intensity.
Interesting that you say that, because you made me remember something that in the highest frequency possible evolutionary intent for Scorpios, or people who have strong Scorpio in their birth chart, like you, it's to make peace with your fear of death, to no longer fear death. And it's interesting when you say that sometimes you are going for experiences that are maybe a bit intense because it makes you feel alive. Because a transformation, any kind of transformation, is kind of a death in its own way. So for everybody, and not just for Scorpios, because we're all going through experience this full moon in Scorpio with a very strong Pluto, activated Pluto, we need to trust the transformation process, not fear that some things from the past are going to die, transform, and be reborn afterwards. So a death is not only someone dying, let's say literally, but also it can be an experience that's dying, something that's going through a transformation process, a part of ourselves that is going through a transformation process. So I feel like a lot of things past this full moon in Scorpio are not going to be the same, maybe just inside of us. Maybe we'll have more clarity on the path that we need to take on. But let me know, guys, in the chat or in the comments below if that resonates with what you are experiencing right now.
I feel like, remember I had the appointment with the Chinese doctor last week, and he looked at my birth mark, and he's like, this is from your first baby. And he just said that to me, and he just left. So that was a message for me. I know that I thought I was like done with that healing past life situation of my birthmark. And he said, well, that's from your first baby. So for me, it says there's something more that I need to go and heal from my past life in there as well. So
yeah, because just so people can understand, your first baby with that birthmark is linked to a past life, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we spoke about it a long time ago, but so if people haven't seen the show, yeah.
Yeah, and Scorpio and Pluto is also very much linked to past lives and also to karmic patterns that we keep repeating without maybe being conscious of it. So it's a really good time to step out of those karmic patterns as well. Wow. Okay, let's dive in the astrology. And Elena, you're welcome to cut me off anytime you want to add anything.
Okay.
Okay, let's I'm just going to share with you briefly the chart for the full moon so you can understand where things are going to be placed. So that's April 23rd. At the moment, we'll be in Taurus season. So Taurus season is officially today. I don't know what time, but we are in the midst of Taurus season as we speak. So the sun is in Taurus, 4 degrees, and then we'll have the moon oppose the sun at 4 degrees as well because it's a full moon. So that's something quite usual when we see the sun and the moon opposed. There's a full moon. But this one is particularly special because we have the ruler of the full moon, which is Pluto, making a square and a T-square, because when we have the moon in 90-degree angle, it's a square to the moon, but because it's also making a square to the sun, you can see it makes like an arrow pointing in the direction of Pluto. So the universe wants us to be even more aware of Plutonian energies, of that transformational process that is taking place inside each and every one of us. And Pluto right now is at 2 degrees of Aquarius, so it's kind of doing things in a new way. As you all know, the age of Aquarius is also where we are stepping into with new energies, new frequencies, the ability to connect with each other, to connect with nature, to use technology in a new way. So it's a new era for humanity, but also it's a new era for every human beings doing things in a whole new way. So the universe is pointing towards this Pluto in Aquarius, but whenever we have a harsh aspect like a T-square, it's going to be felt with a lot of tension. And oftentimes it correlates with a big decision that we have to make in our lives. So that being said, I'll go back to my slide here. So yes, I talked about it on the Divine Feminine Rebirth show. And if you haven't watched the show, it was a really good one that we did last night right here, Divine Feminine Rebirth, all about the Scorpio full moon, Sophie Polcars. It was a really good one. So you can go and watch it there. And I just want to show this comment, right? Radiance 11, please activate the closed captions. The closed captions are not available for a live. They come later on for the replay. It's automated with YouTube, so we cannot, unfortunately, activate them for the lives. Sorry, Elena, I think you were going to say something.
I said, oh no, because you said yesterday, that was 2 days ago. So you do it in timing.
Yes. Yeah, I'm feeling that very well. This living outside space and time, but that's me usually, but even so during Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. And
yeah.
In regards to what you were saying as well, that's why I feel like for me, I feel like I need to connect even more right now with Earth, with outside, with nature, because of those energy that you spoke about, that the Plutonian energy. So
that's a really good one, because I feel like every time we're going through a big inner transformation process, we need to be more grounded, because it's going to take a lot of energies, and the Mother Earth can really support us in this transformation process. That's a really good one. Yeah, so I wrote here a challenging full moon, bringing up potential secrets and important decisions. So if you want to know exactly where what house is going to be activated in your birth chart, just look up 4 degrees of Scorpio in what house it's falling, and you'll have a better idea of what's being highlighted in your own personal birth chart. And I want to say that it's hitting my natal Pluto. Yes. So, and I think it's hitting yours as well. So we are feeling very scorpionic, and we are very much activated in our scorpionic energies.
Trying to control myself a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's also a good one. So there's also possible self-sabotage. Scorpio and Pluto sometimes have a lot of emotional energies. So it might be harder for you to balance your emotions and to feel like in control of your emotions. Sometimes you can feel like the emotions get the best of you. So that's a typical energy of a full moon, but even more so a full moon in Scorpio, and even more so a full moon in Scorpio T-squaring Pluto. And even more so if it's hitting your own Pluto. So just FYI, if that's your case, and if you feel like a lot of emotions are coming up, connect with yourself, meditate, connect with nature, try to stay balanced, because there's a lot of destructive potential if, let's say, you lash out of those emotions on other people. So, and especially because it's Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. You guys can do it. Like if you really feel stressed, like just go like outside very far in the forest. And if you feel like you need to scream, just go and do it. Like just to release an energy that you need to release, instead of go and say something to someone that you probably going to end up hurting that person and hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Find ways to like let it go.
That's a really good one. And yeah, and I think we said also like crying, releasing emotions in that way could really help also in rebalancing our inner selves. So yes, it's a really hard hitting energy, not going to lie. Pluto, there's a lot of potential karmic decisions coming up. Every time we have a planet at a T-square, it's making sort of a decision point. A crossroad might be let's say, appearing for you. There could also be sudden shifts and death and rebirth, or just Plutonian themes coming up in your life. So we'll get to that. And Pluto is at a midpoint between life, which is the sign of Taurus, which we have the sun in Taurus right now, and death. The moon is in Scorpio. So really sitting between literally life and death right now. Sitting in Aquarius with the new energies and the new ways of doing things in the future era. So it also deals with your own future. What do you want to manifest for your future? What do you need to let go of in order for you to move into the higher expression of your future? So at this point, we are choosing our frequency in the next course of events in our lives. And don't forget also that we are still in the eclipse portal of energies. So very powerful energies. So we are at this point letting go of what belongs to old karmic cycles. So we are all being guided to be mindful of what belongs in old karmic cycles and to break free from that as we are trying to move to our different type of future, Aries. So there's a lot of purging still, yes. I saw someone mention that here. Prelki, I hope I'm saying that right. Sophie's purge card reading was excellent. So yes, if you haven't watched her weekly show on Monday, she did talk a lot about purging again, but I think it's really relevant with the astrology. So we start getting a better idea of what needs to be addressed, let go of in order to move forward on our new path. We are choosing light and trusting the transformational process. And we're trying to remove as much fear as we can, fear of the unknown, fear of something that's no longer going to exist, a part of us that is going to die. So Scorpio is also very much linked with fear, Pluto. So remember, we need to not fear death or the transformational process. And then the interesting part here, secrets could be revealed about the past because we have Mercury retrograde at the moment of this full moon in Scorpio. And usually full moon in Scorpio can bring up a lot of hidden information to light. And plus with Mercury retrograde about the past. There could be major revelations coming up around this time. And important information could also be coming up about other Scorpionic themes, which are money, taxes, debt, mortgages, shared resources, your partner's resources, your partner money, hidden money, and secrets about finances. And also I'm going to add to the list inheritance. So there could be kind of those themes coming up for you. Let's say, for example, someone is divorcing. There could be those money themes coming up. How are we going to split everything? Or in the contrary, there could be, let's say, a marriage or a new stable relationship forming, and then you could be discussing on how you're going to share resources together. Scorpio, Pluto. Mm-hmm. And also themes about intimacy, sexuality, connection could also be coming up. Therapy. I'm trying to think of all the Scorpio theme. Astrology, tarot, all the esoteric arts. Yeah, that could also be the case.
It's all about being authentic, I think, as well. Like I said in the Divine Feminine Rebirth show, if your relationship, even if it's going well, even if it's a small thing, don't forget to just speak to your partner. And because having discussion, it's going to build up even more, like stronger, your relationship. That's what you want in life, being aligned with the person that you're going to be walking with. So as you're growing, that person needs to be able to understand you as well. So if you're not talking and explaining the why you're feeling like this as well, well, at one point you guys are just gonna not take the same road. So it's important to keep that person if you really love and enjoy your relationship as well. I was challenging.
That's such a good point, because we are still in the axis for the nodes in the relationship axis. So the North Node is in Aries, South Node is in Libra until the end of this year of 2024. So we're still going to have a lot of themes about karmic relationships in our life. Are some people here to stay, or are they here to show us, let's say, lessons? Are we closing out karma from past lives with some new people we're meeting, or are we closing out karma with people actually now in our lives? So I think also Pluto and Scorpio show us that there could be potential also liberation of karma with some people. Some people might exit your lives, or you might just understand the lesson, the karmic lesson behind a certain relationship or a certain experience around this time. And if that's something more negative, you could be happy to let it go and move on and find souls that are more aligned with where you're going, for sure. And well, I think regardless, it's going to be positive, because the universe knows better than we do sometimes, right? Yeah. And yeah, I wanted to say something about that. So lastly, I just want to say that again, it's a choice point whenever planet is at a T-square. So there could also be decisions that could lead to a karmic liberation. Very intense stuff indeed coming up to light. We're laughing, but inside we're like, ah!
Exactly. Oh, it's better to laugh sometimes.
Yeah. Indeed.
But you know why we're laughing, eh? Because we know that at the end, there's something good that it's coming for us, and we're strong enough to cross that path and being able to see the new us, the new you. So I feel like it's like that's why we're laughing, because yes, it's not easy, but there's a light behind everything.
Yeah, you're right. Like, and I joke often with you guys and like my friends in the Maison Gifta team, and I'm like, I'm not coming here on Earth ever again. So bring it on, bring it on. I'm ready to like remove the karma, break the chains. It's all happening in this lifetime. I'm not coming back. So yeah, if we decided to incarnate here at this time, it's because we're strong souls and we were ready for it, believe it or not. Tammy is asking, Julie, when we look up our chart, do we look up our actual birth chart, or we do look up April 23rd with our birthday? So good question, Tammy. You are going to be looking at your birthday from your birth, which is going to be the same birth chart for all your life. So you're going to be always looking at this one and locating where 4 degrees of Scorpio is falling in your birth chart. So for example, 4 degrees of Scorpio falls in my 3rd house. So then my 3rd house is going to be activated by this full moon. And if you have, let's say, planets around that degree or opposing or squaring that degree, then those planets are going to be activated as well. And then when you're talking about your birthday chart, I guess you're talking about the solar return. So that's a whole other theme, and maybe we could do another show maybe on the solar return charts. But for now, just focus on your own birth chart. All right. Thank you, Tim. He's saying your smiles and laughter will help us face all the seriousness. Julie and Elena, it's fantastic. Thank you,
I'm
Tim.
sure you guys are laughing as well.
Yeah, for
Everybody's
sure.
like having a big smile because life is short, eh? I mean, we need to be able to enjoy and being able to be authentic.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And you and I, Elena, I don't know if it's the Pluto and Scorpio, but oftentimes when there's really traumatic stuff happening in our life, we're just laughing together. I don't know why. If we're old souls or we're just like, you know,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Well, on that note, are we ready for the activation?
We are.
Please lead us into this activation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. If you have any crystals, you want to light also a candle, anything that will bring you energy, anything that you feel like you need to be with you today, bring it with you. And I know the energy is very intense. Take this time for you. And just concentrate on your breathing. Are you breathing too fast? Forgetting to breathe. And remember, as you are breathing, you are moving the energy inside your body. And as you're breathing and moving that energy, feel the energy that it's connecting through the ground. And just by doing this, you are grounding yourself. If you want to remove your socks as well, you can do it. Remember that this is a safe space. And let's start by doing here a protection around us. And with your hands, raise your hands. And by raising your hand, you are pushing the energy that doesn't need to be here for this activation. And you're pushing that energy that we don't need. And as you're pushing, there's a protection that is going above, that is above your head, and it's going all over your body. And also, if you want to protect your house as well, take the time to do it. But your home is yourself. If you feel at peace, your home is safe. Feeling all those energy, think about this full moon in Scorpio. Very, very strong energy. And it is the time for you to set any intention. What is it that you want to release? Take the time to do it now. And even if you don't know what it is, just say to yourself, I am ready. Take a deep breath in and release. And take that time to set your intentions. Please repeat after me. I am ready to do the work for myself. I am ready to meet the best version of myself. And let's starting by activating a bit the throat chakra. Take a deep breath in and release. One more time coming from the throat. Deep breath in. One last time. Deep breath in. And let's activate the sacral chakra to be able to remove any fear, to remove any karmic pattern, to remove everything that no longer serves us. And now, as you're going to breathe, when you're going to release, exhale and feel that it's coming out from the sacral. Deep breath in and release. One more time. And release. One last time. Deep breath in and release. And by removing all the fears, you will be able to speak and activate even more the throat chakra. It is a time to question any aspect of your life and see if it's aligned with you. In front of you, you can clearly see the aspects of your life that no longer serve self. When you think about love, what is it that you see that it's not aligned with you? And when you think about love, Are you receiving the same energy from this person? Or are you receiving anything from this person in any ways? And question yourself. And you have the answer. Are you ready to work on this relationship? Or are you ready to let it go? The answer is right in front of you. On the financial, can you see the flow? Can you see the energy of a beautiful river? Or is it going too fast? And if it's going too fast, what are the changes that you need to do in your life to have abundance on the financial side? And what no longer serves, you will have to let it go. And if the answers are not coming right now, they will come. This is the reason why we are getting ready. In your day-to-day, what are the changes that you want to do? Is there anything toxic that you need to release in order to be able to meet the best version of yourself? What is it that you need to release? Let's activate again the sacral. Take a deep breath in and release. And now, let's go a bit deeper inside any wounds that we have. And what is it that you are afraid of? Are you afraid of not being loved? If this is the case, you are the first person that is able to give the love that you need. So think about the love that you are giving to people surrounding you. You want to receive this love, but for yourself. And in order to be able to receive the love, you need to remove any fears and be confident about yourself. Be able to do anything without fear is so powerful. Once you are touching this energy, nothing is stopping you. And the fear will leave you. Don't be afraid. And just let go. In front of you, you can see two paths. Which one is calling you? Is it on the right side or the left side? And what do you see? You're still not able to go inside, but you can see clearly which one is the good path for you. And you're trying to move, but you're really grounded and connected to Earth. And as you're growing, and you are removing anything before going into this new path with the new version of yourself, releasing any karmic pattern, releasing any fear, letting go of people that are not aligned with you. And when you are releasing, you are releasing with joy. You are able to forgive. And you are able to send even love to what no longer serve. And being here together on the collective make it even more powerful. So imagine everybody here standing in front of two paths. And one of them is very clear. The light is beautiful. And by seeing the light of all the path, you are feeling the power. And you are not feeling any fear anymore. And let's make sure that we will release anything from the sacral, any wounds. And you know that you will need to make very important decisions. Not only one, but more than one. But remember that you are doing this to meet the best version of yourself. And as you're ready to see also the path right in front of you, and when you're going to start walking, new information will come. And as new information is coming, the fear will not be there anymore. And you will be able to speak with the new version of yourself. And please repeat after me. I am ready to do the work for myself. I am ready to do the work for myself. I am ready to do the work for myself. I am ready to meet the best version of myself. I am ready to meet the best version of myself. I am ready to meet the best version of myself. slowly come back. I'm wishing you happy full moon in Scorpio. And I'm happy to see very soon the new version of yourself. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful Elena. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I have pulled some oracle cards to go with this beautiful activation. And right before I talk about those cards, I just wanted to share with all of you, because I forgot to do it before the activation, that right now we have a beautiful promo for Mother's Day in US and Canada. It's going to be on May 12th. So, and since it's going to be a special 20% off on 3 of Elena's favorite candles. So this is available on the Abundance candle, the Calm candle, and the Love candle. So 20% off. We don't do these sales very often, so really take advantage of it if you are a fan of those candles, or if you'd like to gift some to a motherly figure in your life. The code is Mother's Day, and that's available on maisonjupiter.com. And for 1 week only, because we want to make sure that it reaches your house before Mother's Day. And we also have this promo available on the reading. So available on gift cards if you'd like to gift a reading with Solreta, or you'd like to gift a reading with Sophie. It's also the 20% off is also available on those cards, and you can redeem them whenever you want by booking online. And also available on all the readings from Sophie and Solreta, 20% off until April 25th. So for 1 week only, and the code is Mother's Day. So I want to honor all the divine feminines in our life, and we were thinking that will be a really good opportunity to give a lot of more, let's say, I want to say conscious gifts, some that are really made with love. So the candles are handmade by this beautiful lady right over here. She puts a lot of love and intentions in those candles. And the crystals are charged at the full moons, right, Elena?
Yes, they are. And also, if you want to send it directly to that person and you want to add a small note, like a very small note, you can send us an email. Yep. And I can write it down myself. So you send it directly to the person.
Everything is handmade and made with a lot of love. So yes, you can send your note on the website. There's the email. And thank you so much, Tim. And yes, please do give us a like if you did enjoy this activation. And Glenna Lee says, thank you. That was powerful. I needed that. So yes, absolutely amazing, says Frederick. And Tim is saying, absolutely amazing, Elena.
Thank you so much. I feel so light. I have to tell you, I feel like I'm a new person after this activation. And at the end, we were saying the mantras together. And at one point, I don't know if you guys saw, but maybe not because your eyes were closed, I was smiling because I was able to hear you guys.
Oh,
it's so beautiful.
Wow. And wait till you see the oracle cards. It's gonna make a lot of sense. So I pulled 2, and I think I'm gonna also read some part of the booklet. So this is one of my favorite decks. It's by an artist that's named Melissa Boudreau. She's American, but she has a French name. Children of the Cosmos Oracle cards. Maybe we'll have those on the website soon enough. I really love her deck, and I work with it often. So the first card that I pulled is Transcending Duality. So interesting, because we were talking about Pluto being at a midpoint between life and death, which is very Plutonian in nature, very Scorpionic. And as you can see on the picture, she has the sun and the moon opposing each other, like during a full moon. So I thought that was really beautiful. And underneath it says, we are transcending duality and merging into oneness. And Scorpio in astrology deals with opposites, with polarities. So I feel like that it is so relevant right now. And it says in the booklet, I'm just going to read because I think it's relevant. within you are the forces of creation and destruction, the light and the dark, divine feminine and divine masculine. You are the sun and the moon. Full moon. You are the bridge between worlds. You have one foot in the spirit world and one foot in the physical. You are bringing spirit down into matter, merging worlds within you. So it says most of us have been taught that opposing forces are separate, but as we continue to shift into oneness and unity consciousness, we are realizing that nothing is separate. Everything is connected and is part of a whole. Opposites are not two separate things. They are two sides of the same coin. You cannot have one without the other. They come as a pair. In this world, we've been taught to look at all of these things as not only separate, but as two completely different forces. You cannot have light without the dark. You cannot have feminine without the masculine. In the third dimension, we label everything and view it as separate. Through our ego, through our mind, we see the world through duality, through the left and right hemispheres of our brain. But as we ascend into higher dimensions of consciousness, we can transcend duality and start to see the world through the lens of oneness. So I thought that was truly beautiful. And I picked another one, and I'm not going to read for this one, but I think it supports really well. It says, we are the rainbow bridges. And again, another card that speaks about bridging dualities. It says, we bridge spirit to matter and heaven to earth. So I really feel from those cards that this full moon in Scorpio is going to be experienced in a totally different way for this community, for people who have done a lot of shadow work, who have worked on themselves, who are, let's say, walking the spiritual journey, walking the inner journey, the inner growth journey. I think like it's going to be felt a lot more differently because we're not going to see things separate from our consciousness. We're going to be able to integrate everything and to remind ourselves that we are bridging a lot of energies from the ether onto earth right now through sometimes harder experiences, but also these also are like a trigger in our evolution because we are being guiding lights. So I feel like there's something about this community that is very special. I wouldn't say that if I were on a channel that talks to people that are not really, let's say, versed into that kind of message. But I think that Scorpio can talk about extremes, black, white, polarities, death, light, you know what I mean? So I feel like we're going to be able to center ourselves a lot more, and even though because we did this beautiful activation, so I think we're going to be definitely on the highest timeline. So thank you, Elena, for guiding us through this beautiful activation. And yes, Pumpkin Spice Princess says, wow, so perfect with the path and balance. Yes, yeah, that was like a beautiful card. And
thank you for your knowledge.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for your knowledge.
Oh, well, thank you for your shamanic guidance. Beautiful Scorpio. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It was truly a pleasure. And we wish you a beautiful full moon in Scorpio with a lot of inner peace and a lot of, let's say, finding your center throughout everything that's going on in your environment. So sending you much love, and please join us at 8 p.m. Eastern with the beautiful Solreta. She's going to be talking about blood types, ET connections. Can't wait for this one. So see you all over there and have a beautiful weekend. Bye, everybody. Sending you love.
Bye-bye.